right, let's get into part 2 of Listen to Sun 969's Morning Ramble, Monday the 15th.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Halfway through September.
We are.
Because it's a 30-day month and it's the footy finals at this time of the year, so we're all excited about that. My team is going to be in big trouble this week playing Brisbane.
It's my wedding anniversary in a couple of days.
Oh, happy anniversary. What is it, a special one? 16, 19, 25, what is it?
9.
9.
We're going to go 16 years married, 9.
16 years together and married 9.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep. So I actually need to Google what 9 is. You know how
I think
every
you
year...
tried that the other day.
Yeah, I did. And I
you found out with nothing.
No, I think I started Googling it and the internet was slow and then I walked away and
the net's fine.
And you know how sometimes it gives you like it gives you this is the American and this is the UK and I'm like, well, we're in Australia, so which one am I going for?
Well, whichever one you want. Whatever colour you prefer. Do you prefer tin or do you prefer rust or something?
Yeah, true. 9-year anniversary.
Rusted tin. I don't know. There's a lot of rust around here. So I'll tell you about while you're doing that, I'll tell you about my weekend. So obviously I DJ'd at Juicy Rump on Friday night. We mentioned that. And a certain you and a certain Peter Shea decided to hit my dance floor and I played a few songs for you and you danced well. I liked that. I took some
we figured
footage.
You would play our requests. We're like, let's go to Kaz because Nigel's DJing and he'll for sure play what we ask.
and I did.
You did.
Which is good. I do that. That's one of the things I do. So I played the request for people. And, later in the night, it was quite crazy. People were requesting Samoan music and Tongan music.
Really?
And I was playing everything. It was just kind of weird. And African music. So, yeah, I'm kind of branching off into little areas. And people know that now because people want to hear their own music. Right?
Yeah. And
they want to hear it through a big system and they want to dance. They want to have a drink or two, responsibly, of course, or not, but they do. And so that's probably where I go. I'm not a mix it, scratch it kind of DJ. I'm just a party DJ. I'll play what people want. And,
yeah, that's it.
And I had the same experience actually on Saturday night at Uncle's. I DJ'd there and I came in after a muso. Muso played for a couple of hours doing solo stuff and covers. And I jumped in and I was playing, wait for it, African music, tribal African music for the African crowd there. And I was mixing it in. There was a couple of guys from Tonga. And I was playing Tongan music, so I was going backwards, forwards. And in the end, everyone's dancing to everything. So people dancing to Tongan and that. It was not a huge crowd, but they were a happy little crowd of maybe 20 people dancing to Tongan and African music back to back and then R&B classics thrown in as well, the old school stuff.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird, kind of a bit of a fun thing. So I took some footage of that too. So it's kind of fun to get out and do something a little bit different in town.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that was... And last night I went to the Bush Bands Bash.
Nice, how was that?
That was huge. There was about 1,000 people there when I was there and it was cooling down as the night does. It was starting to be, honestly, everyone was reasonably well behaved. But just as we were leaving, I was there with a friend, a bunch of about 30 kids looked like they're almost wanting to chase each other and kill each other. And they raced in, but I'm sure security would have sorted them out very quickly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, good crowd as usual. The bands they're very good quality. The Indigenous bands from out in the communities come into play, and they're musically, their vocals are a bit interesting because they're not what we're used to, but they're kind of reggae based, most of them, and they're very tight. The musicianship, and some of them have like 9 people in the band. Some are like 4-piece, 6-piece, but
that's cool.
But the musicianship is tight. The drums, you almost sound like that's pre-recorded in a studio.
Yeah, okay.
They're that good. The drumming is that on time. The music is tight. The keyboards, the guitars, everything.
It all just works.
It's not amateur. This is no Battle of the Bands from your high school.
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was really impressed with it. So I'm sure you can look up footage of it on the internet too.
Fantastic. Well, talking about looking stuff on the internet, I've looked at this up. Once again, I'm like, are we going traditional US or traditional UK?
So what do you got?
Okay, so 9th wedding anniversary is pottery for the traditional US, or traditional UK is copper. If I look up a little bit more information...
Copper, there you go. I told you it'd be some kind of rust-coloured thing.
The AI overview says that the 9-year wedding anniversary celebrates the themes of pottery and willow, symbolising the nurturing and flexible nature of a long-lasting marriage. The modern alternative gift theme is leather, representing the... representing the enduring strength and adaptability found in the relationship. Other elements include the colour terracotta, the poppy flower, and the gemstone lapis lazuli. I can't pronounce that. So it seemed like it was pottery, but then when I clicked into Wikipedia. That's where it gave me the list of all like the years, and it still had pottery, so that's definitely a thing. But it was said that was under the traditional US, but yeah, then the traditional UK was copper, which obviously the first part didn't mention. So yeah, I don't know. Do we go with the US UK? I mean, you would think UK because we're under the Commonwealth, but I don't know.
Maybe I'm a little bit controversial here, but I think that anyone who makes it to 9 years has got through the 7-year itch.
Yeah, okay.
So I think I like what they're saying there about the strength.
And durability, flexibility as well. I like that with the willow.
That, yeah. So I think that's
like
really
bend. I think the theme there is kind of like bend, don't break.
Yeah, because 7 years is very difficult for most marriages to get through that bit. And I think it probably goes in lots of 7. I think that you know there's a chance for a marriage to drift apart at 7 and probably again at 14 as well. I reckon if you can get through your first 7-year itch, you probably got another one 7 years later.
I don't know. I think that
humans are cyclical, I think.
And
Do you think humans are cyclical?
I think that marriage is hard, and I think that being in love and marriage becomes a choice. I think you have to continue to work at it.
Oh, you have to work at it.
Like when people say, oh, I just fell out of love. It's like, no, we're always, as humans, continually growing. And you either...
Of course,
grow,
we're evolving.
And, people say you grow with someone or you grow apart from them. No, but you can choose to grow with them. You can work at it and choose to grow in a certain way.
And I think it has to be a two-way street.
Absolutely.
Because if one person
both people need to make that choice.
They need to both do it, and they need to work with each other to make it work. I mean, if they're not willing to change, if they're not flexible, then it's not going to work. My dad once said, when he explained about my mum and him breaking up, he said we were on 2 tracks, parallel tracks, train tracks, because I love trains, right? And our tracks went in different directions. Well, my train went that way, and his, in fact, what he was saying was he grew and went further in his development.
Yeah.
And then she didn't. Effectively, she just stayed in the same direction. He veered off, growing more. And I look at that from many other aspects of them as people. And it's exactly it. My mum wasn't moving in any direction. She had some mental health issues, and she's gone now. But and Dad was getting degrees and starting, getting on with his life, with his career, and they didn't fit. They were arguing a little bit, and she wasn't really, growing, and he was.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't right or wrong. That was a choice.
Yeah, my parents are no longer together either, but they're both very happy in other relationships.
Yeah, well, both mine remarried, and we're very happy in both. My dad's still married. To his second partner. So
yeah, that's exactly right. And one of my favourite things to remember is that you may love who you marry to, but it's really important that you like them.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like
yes,
them,
of course.
And so it's often I think this. I forget where this was on a TV show once, and I often. Will use this quote, I love you, but I don't like you right now.
Yeah.
Like when there's like an argument or something like that, because I do think it's really important that you like your partner, not just as your partner, but just as like a decent human being. I think you should still be able to get along. You should be able to still, go out and have fun, and, you have to like them.
Sure.
I think that's really important.
I think that's very important. But if you don't get along, you can like each other and still not get along. Think of that one.
No, I don't think that works.
Oh, yeah, but you can like each other but not get along because there's a lot of philosophies.
But that's love. But that's love. So you can love someone and not get along because it's so deep and ingrained. You can love someone and not like them.
That's possible too.
I think because like is such a lesser emotion. If you didn't get along with someone, you wouldn't like them.
I think there's a lot of things though that day-to-day practical things that we are all philosophical about. Like it might be religion, or it might be where to send the kids to school. All these different things that can divide them. You can have two people who are quite happy with each other, but they've got this ingrained way they've been brought up to think a certain way.
I don't know. I think those types of big issues like religion, where to send kids to school, all that type of stuff should definitely be something that, a conversation was had about maybe before you committed to marriage.
Sure. And sometimes you do, but then once you get there...
Could change.
It can change. It can change. That's and often does.
It's one thing we can always guarantee, that nothing will ever stay the same, and we're always changing.
Change is constant.
That's it. Change is constant. All right, let's wrap it up for another day, and we'll be back tomorrow.